your 2025 very late yearly reading. So 12 months out from now, or whenever you're seeing this. So let's just get into it. So your underlying cards, I have this, like, I'm on the defense about something. I am prepared for the worst, hoping for the best, okay? And there's this, like, unforeseen, or there's an anticipation of somebody being not forthright with you, or there's like this, I don't want to call, I don't want to call it an enemy necessarily, because it could be a literal enemy, or an unforeseen enemy, but it also could be something that you're just hoping does not go wrong. With it ending on the clover, I see that it's going to be kind of lucky for you in terms of finances, or the situation ends up being a little less abrasive as it might be. It's not as serious, maybe. So, as like a general underlying theme. So maybe there's some things that you've been dealing with in your life currently, or in the recent past, that have really kind of put you on the defense, and now you anticipate the worst for something. But I don't necessarily see that as it might be a paranoia, it might be some kind of trauma, because underneath I have the Six of Wands, and then I have the Ten of Cups. So I feel like you're defending yourself, but you end up with something so much better than what you anticipated. You're victorious in some sort of way over this situation that you've been dealing with for a long time. This year, that kind of starts to resolve itself. So, presently, you have been or are learning or taking steps towards accomplishing some sort of major goal. It could have to do with finances. It could have to do with school. Page of Cups is the student. Okay. I do have the Devil above it, and that's kind of like the teacher. And I do have the Hierophant as well. That's also the teacher. So there's something about learning something. Now, this, if you're young enough, or you're a late bloomer, you know, what is a late bloomer? Like, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't really care for that as much as that saying, as much as I used to. But if you hear something, it's me, like, juggling an Amazonite rock in my hands, because I'm fidgety right now. So yeah, learning to drive. I don't know why that's coming through. I have a lot of roads here. I have a lot of horses, and these are older kind of depictions of the cards. So there's just like a lot of movement here. So I'm thinking that maybe there's some sort of test you've been going through. It could literally be a driving test situation, or maybe it's CDL. I hope I'm saying that right. CDL, like a truck driver kind of thing, or some type of promotion that you need to take tests for. Maybe it's school. Maybe you're taking tests in school. You're stressing about the tests, because in the near past I have this very worried, sleepless nights, some sort of organization, foundation, some place where people meet up and socialize. So this could literally be a school. It doesn't have to be necessarily, but it's a place where people meet up, and you know, it's a building of some kind, and it's where other people are there. And I just feel like you were stressed about going to this. There's something here about you being worried about maybe socializing. Maybe you have a little social anxiety of some kind. What's helping or hindering the situation is that there's this, I feel like maybe you know somebody that's going to this place with you. There's some sort of relief in somebody that you know being there. Also, there's this opportunity to do something that brings you harmony, joy, peace, and kind of teamwork. It brings you connection in some sort of way. There's an opportunity to connect with others, and that might be the initial reason why you went to this school or this organization of some kind. It could be anything, like a club. It could be even a gym of some kind, something that you joined that involves other people and sharing space or time or doing the same thing with other people. Yeah, it seems like there's opportunity there that you saw, and that's what's helping you kind of move you through this anxiety of some kind. There was a choice involved in this. This is something that you chose, but it's a great change in your path, and it's leading you in a really positive progression in a different direction. I see you thinking that it's going to be very strict, that there's going to be a lot of rules. There might be somebody that's like one teacher that is highly unpleasant, that everyone maybe worries about, or that people have said is, you just get the feeling initially that that person is kind of a tyrant of some kind, but I don't know if you have the right mindset. So there's something here about obsessions, restrictions, some kind of thing that you're aware that there's some kind of rules. And it says it's actually success. It's not a man. So it's the card of success, and it says it's not, you're thinking that you're not successful, that you're feeling very restricted and challenged by the situation in some sort of way. Like, it really is, I think, all in your head, Aquarius. I don't think that there's anything that is really holding you back other than maybe past experiences. Maybe you're thinking that something is unsuccessful. You're constantly fearful and worried that you're going to be unsuccessful. That's what's coming through. So what you aren't aware of, or what you're not thinking about, there's victory. There's victory here over some sort of betrayal or inconsistency. There's a betrayal of inconsistent. Okay. So you've left behind not being present for something. You've left behind not being totally invested in something. And that's what's bringing you victory, because you've put all your energy in. I don't think that you can give any more to this situation. I think you can, but I think you're doing just fine, or more than fine. I think you're just beating yourself up about something. In the near future, I see something that you're not aware of, something that is maybe shrouded in mystery a little bit, about maybe some, because the sweet card is like somebody expressing their general feelings, their loving feelings most of the time to someone or something, about something. So you might not be aware because something hasn't been expressed to you, or you're not getting the validation that you seek in the near future from your environment, but it seems like progress is made. There's big movements, there's progression. So just because it doesn't look like it, sometimes it's hard to tell, especially if we're in a negative mindset or restrictive mindset, just how much progress we've made. I mean, timing is very apparent in this spread, because I do have the devil speaks of time. It's Saturn, right? It's Capricorn. And then I have death down here, which is also, it's about limitations in time, right? So it can be about limitations in time. There's just a lot of, maybe it's a timed exam that you're worried about that's coming up and you're preparing for it. Maybe it's several different exams, just going to a new school or something. But I see that there's less for you to worry about than you are. I think you're a worrywart. But something is hidden. There might be a secret revealed about something that's kind of unvalidating, that's invalidating, but still is progress. I don't understand. So maybe you don't think you're going to get something and then you do in the near future. I know you're tired. I know you're beat up and like on edge about whatever you've been working hard. You've been very passionate about something. Maybe you're about to graduate school and you don't think that you're going to land some kind of work, but then because your GPA, whatever it is, you're not seeing it clearly. There's something that's not clear about something, and then ends up being a step up, actually, in some sort of way. In terms of what you're being advised to do about this, situation that you've been working towards, this choice that you've made, it's asking you to go deeper, to change the way you maybe mentally are looking at the progress that you've made. This is the other timing card. This talks about slow and steady progress. This is like that tortoise and the hare kind of Aesop fable, where the hare's like a shoe-in. He's faster, but he gets sidetracked and falls asleep, and the tortoise still wins. So I think that maybe you struggled with something at first, and there's some sort of transformation in your confidence in the pace that you're going at. You're sure-footed. You're planning things out, and it's causing kind of a rebirth situation for you. It's changing how you go about constructively handling your time, your money, your resources, your finances, and also maybe even the other people that you have in your life. There's you're getting intimate with like the steps it takes to learn something. You're really flushing out something. Maybe you're writing a how-to on something. Like there's something here about getting very detailed and deep about this, because he's tilling the land, right? He's preparing the land so that he can plant a crop, and he wants to do it right. He wants to make sure that all the previous steps are taken care of before the final step is done, so that everything can be assured, we have more of a sure crop, like an abundant crop. But things have to die first before things can be reborn. So it's like saying that like a part of you is really needing to change in some sort of way in order for you to come out of your shell more. I think that's what it's talking about. Letting go of what is no longer valid anymore. And the death card can also talk about fears as well, just as well as the devil card. So you're fearing that you're not going to be successful in something, but really there's this transformation that comes in where you're doing all the right steps and taking all the time in the world that you need to make sure that something is a success. So less worry and more enjoying the process. How other people are seeing you. They're seeing you. Now, this can be taken a couple different ways. You might have somebody who has a certain way of doing something, very traditional. The devil card up there is also very traditional. But the Hierophant is too. So it's tradition, but it's a structure. There's a hierarchy to it. This is the school master, this is the man that tells you how it's going to be done, when it needs to be done by, and you're sharing something intimate, because that's the 8th house that I also read it for. So there's something here about maybe in the past, because it's going to be talking about the past as well, this placement, there was somebody who was very displeased with how you did things. There could be also a father figure, because this can talk about the mental scape, our psychology, what we've been through in the past and in past lives. It's a very karmic house, right? So there's something here about someone being displeased in the past about your efforts, about what you were sharing with others, how you were behaving, or even about how you felt on a deep level that you were sharing with them. They were not very open-minded about how things were going to go. They wanted a certain result. They wanted things to be a certain way, and they were not very happy with you. And that's, I think, where this anxiety is coming from. Being afraid to be wrong, being afraid to be displeasing to others. Psychological work is being done here. There's some shadow work or inner child work that's being done here. So also the 8th house, I think, is like judgment, as well as like sort of the 9th and the 12th. Just being judged. There's a displeasing and a judgment here of somebody in authority, or that's part of a traditional system of some kind, that you have psychologically kind of had to, you're taking a beating with. Also, the Moon card talks about our psychology as well, our emotions, and those fluctuations, and what we can't quite grasp out there, that the mysterious parts of ourselves, or the subconscious mind, the unknown parts of ourselves. You might have given up a lot over the course of your life in different ways because of this trauma, this previous wound that you had. But here I see victory, and that's also in your subconscious space. There's like a realization that you've betrayed yourself, or there's an ending to this inconsistency, or this the sadness over not receiving perfection almost. It's like, or I almost wish there was like another card here that would, oh, so this is the card 8. This is also 8, 1 and 7. Excuse me. This is power. This is also the 8th house. It's referring to this. So this situation, you're overcoming this psychologically in your subconscious mind. It's referring to some kind of trauma from the past. And that's where this paranoia could be coming in, where this, I'm on edge, I'm constantly worried something's going to happen or go wrong. And this enemy card, this is like, yeah, it's like this was given to you, this enemy, this weakness of some kind over the course of time. An unforeseen burden that ends. There's like an ending to this situation that's been probably driving you a little crazy, making you feel a little crazy, but it's not you, it's what you've experienced in the past kind of coming up to the surface to be dealt with. Excuse me, I need a sip of my drink. Okay. So we got that. What's going on in your hopes and fears? Your hope is to be able to start over again, to be excited about this new beginning. Even if you have to do it alone, even if you're afraid of being alone, maybe you would like there's some loss here. Like you feel loss. There's a new beginning and there's this feeling that like you might have to cut. It's a mental card as well because it's a spade. It's like the Queen of Swords, the widow. She's been through hell, right? But she has hope that there'll be a time when things are ripe for picking again, that she can actually harvest this new opportunity, this new growth, this abundance that she's created for herself. Excuse me. So I think that that's what it is. I think you're hoping that you'll be able to discern what's real and what's not real in terms of opportunity, in terms of what you spiritually value as well is coming into play with this position. But it's what you're hoping for. It's what you're dreaming, that you'll be able to be open with others so that you have new opportunities, even though you've been through this really trying past or situation or trauma or struggle. And you're starting to see this new growth, which is really, really good. There's this new opportunity. It's a new feeling. The Queen of Swords also kind of got a little bit of this vibe where she's like, I've been through this. I'm not putting up with bullshit. And that last wand there, that's your 10 of Wands. That's where you see the ending of the difficulty or the challenge or the planning that has taken forever, the struggle. The weight on your shoulders is about to be lifted because this is going to be done. This cycle is going to be over with. And you can start anew, and that's your ticket right there. Your outcome. News coming in about a good time. Some pleasant news, and you thinking wildly about it. I feel like you're rushing in. It's like good news from both sides of the situation. Now, the Knight of Swords can be somebody who's very impulsive and speaks before, counts his chickens before they hatch. and gets very upset easily by what other people say or what he assumes other people say. So just be on the lookout for that. You don't want to make an ass of yourself assuming something. But it seems like there's something here about it's just like a joyous celebration, news of a celebration, news of promotion, some news coming in fast that makes you very excited about something. Or you're thinking a lot about this special kind of moment, this party, whether it's promotion party, whether it's a graduation party. It could even have to do with news about career that's you just can't wait. It's like the speed of everything picks up, because the Knight of Swords is like, fast like the wind. And the Knight of Pentacles here, he's kind of a slow moving dude. Like maybe you felt like this change was dragging you through the mud, but you've tilled the land, you've paved a way for yourself. You might not see it, you might have your head down, you know what I mean? But if you looked up, when you're ready to look up, you'll see that you've come so far. Like you'll see the progress that you've made. Yeah, there's some kind of news from an authority figure or somebody who is a higher up than you, maybe a supervisor, or somebody who's got a position or two higher up than you, in your place of employment that's giving you some kind of contract or promotion. There's a commitment here. Compromise, commitment, something here. Okay? Might be a compromise and a commitment. All right, I'm going to go through the houses now, because I feel like I got a lot out of that. First house. You might be trying something new, maybe like going hiking or horseback riding. There's something here about learning something that's an outdoor sport of some kind. Studying something having to do with the outdoors. Could have to do with nature. But you're physically getting out there and doing this, whatever this is. Finances, there's opportunities on the horizon to make a partnership of some kind, or maybe you'll be teaming up with somebody in terms of to help with resources. You're patiently waiting for the right opportunity in terms of resources and what you value. So you might be looking for love too. You might be valuing a romantic partnership, but you're being patient about that in this time period. If you're single, if you're already in a couple, I see that you were stressed about maybe meeting the family and friends of your partner in the recent past, but I think that that's subsided now if you've met them already. Yeah, opportunity on the horizon. Paving your own path, maybe starting some sort of business using a skill set with another person that you know, that you're both into the same thing, or you're both do certain jobs. Maybe your partner and you are actually starting some some form of financial adventure or committed. You might be sharing space of some kind in order to do something financial together, or maybe it's just talking about being resourceful and moving in together, because I do have the house there. And then another card of couples and houses, and then the couple dating card. So courtship, moving in together. Third house. I've got for your neighborhood, local environment, siblings, cousins. I'm seeing somebody in the family being kind of decrowned in some sort of way, or there's like some sort of defamation of somebody in the neighborhood, a defaming situation. I don't know. A defaming situation. Somebody who is also, who might have been seen as an authority in the local neighborhood, or somebody who is a success of some kind, self-made success, or is going to be being called out in some sort of way, or there's going to be some fall from grace with this person. I don't think this has anything to do with you. I think it's just something you'll be seeing in your environment of some kind, maybe on the news, you know, local news. This can also have to do with somebody in authority, like a mayor or something. This is like a town mayor, or this could have to do with addiction, somebody having a defaming situation. Somebody was looked up to as a role model, and now they're being exposed for some behavior that they've done, or some kind of some sort of underground kind of behavior. I don't see that as anybody in your family, although this could be having to do with the family dynamic and somebody being defamed within the family unit, which would be a cousin or sibling, because it is that placement. Those are the people that would come up in that placement. I'm being redundant now. I'm sorry. Let's go down to that fourth house. Family, home life, security, stability. A new idea, some sort of innovation could have to do with something that you're not very good at keeping up with. You might find a way to end that and get a situation to work for you better. There is this new idea or new way of thinking. This could actually be the idea to move homes, or there's this newfound security that you're feeling at your most core level. So that's good. You're thinking that things are getting better, and they are getting better. So that's good. A child could miss you. So if you live far from your family, or you're not home as much, they may write to you, or they may be longing to hear from you, maybe a phone call, text message, maybe some of you, if you're old school, you want to write a letter, something like that. Somebody misses you from your family, wants to spend more time with you. There's also this kind of reminiscing over the past. Maybe you'll be pulling out old photos of yourself. You'll find something. There'll be something that you find that's kind of like a treasure that you've totally forgotten about, that kind of brings you back. It might make you a little sentimental that this situation is kind of bittersweet, or it's over with. Could have to do with a pet from childhood. This card doesn't, I'm like looking at the death card right here, and usually they have like a butterfly in them or something, but it doesn't have a butterfly in it. It has a snake skin. So that's the transformation that they put in this Greer. No, this is Hanson Roberts. Hanson Roberts deck. And the magnolia flower. But the butterfly is right by it. So something transforms. There's like a moving on from the past, letting go of past hurts that's causing more security and stability in your foundation of your life. Romance, dating, creativity, self-expression. I see that you were anxious about meeting someone's family in a romantic situation. I think I touched upon this already. There was something about meeting up to do something, and that cost you a few hours of sleep, maybe. I don't see there being any problems with any of that. Because it doesn't show me, it just shows me that you're mentally worried about it. It doesn't show anything bad happening. Yeah, there's a meeting. Could have to do with somebody else's family. Maybe your family's meeting their family. This would be in May, potentially. Maybe at Easter is what they're talking about, this time of year. Yeah, there's like some sort of father figure, maybe that's not been thrilled about you, or you felt that they've not been totally on your side in a situation. It could be your partner's father. I think that's all pretty much getting cleared up, and I think it's mostly your sensitivity to judgment because of the situation that I was talking about earlier, about you being sensitive to criticism, sensitive to just being an overachiever, I almost want to say, because you're very hypercritical. I feel like Virgo needs to be somewhere in this. There's no Virgo, but I feel Virgo. Yeah, meeting. You also could be nervous about meeting somebody at their home that you're dating. I don't know if it's. I know you probably have already met them a few times before you do that. I would just be safe if that's the case. I don't know. I don't know your situation. No judgments. Yeah, just not being able to sleep at night over somebody else's house. Maybe you go stay over somebody's house and you can't sleep, and this is a romantic situation. That's common when you're in a new place, right? Being stressed about sharing your creative projects in some sort of gallery, exhibit, having the world have access to them. So this could also be about even social media, posting things online. Once it's out there type thing. Could be about publishing a book even, because I have this writing kind of vibe. So maybe you write from home and you're worried about the end process of this writing project or book, novel that you've been writing. So your health and your day-to-day routine in life. Fluctuations with the health, maybe some things that sprout up that are kind of unforeseen, like, not unforeseen, but like you're unable, they're like mystery. You know when you get something, you're like, what the hell is this? Like this little rash on your hand or some kind of malaise feeling. It's like passing. It's not always happening, but once in a while it happens. I feel like there's something there with that. And with the sweet card in reverse, it's like you're not getting the recognition for that situation. So you might be unable to see what's going on until something further progresses, or there's something that comes up that's kind of fleeting and it just, things progress in a very positive way. Day-to-day life, lots of fluctuations in how you're emotionally feeling about your schedule. Your sleep schedule could change, because I have that dawn with the Two of Wands, and then so you might see the sunrise now. Maybe you were a night owl in the past, up all night, and now you're seeing the moon as the sun rises for the day. You're the early bird now, because you're trying to get a head start on whatever you've been stressed about getting accomplished, that you feel like you're not good enough at, that you need to put more work in, that things are not progressing, but you'll be all right. It seems like it's all working out for you. Yeah, so just water retention in the legs is the only thing that I can think of that is like a symptom that would be coming through. And I think that's called edema. I don't know why I even know that. But if that's been an issue with you, you know, obviously talk to a medical professional. I'm not giving any advice about, I'm just telling you what I see in the cards. There's that 1-7 again. 17, 1-7, 8, very significant. It's a very powerful time. You've got like powerhouse energy. You've got psychology. You've got occult energy. You've got like this really deep eighth house. If you want to look up the numerology of the number 8, or maybe you're a life path number 8. This is a very like that's like the manifester, right? And the 8 is just like they get it done. And they may struggle, but they eventually get it done. And they have great success because they just don't stop. They drop, they get up. They don't stop. Let's see. I was at 6, now I'm at 7. Partnerships, transformations in the pacing or the timing of relationships. I feel like there will be a change that requires you to shift gears. There could be becoming more vulnerable or intimate with a partner. Maybe taking things slower at first. Taking your time with things, especially sexually. That's coming through. There's a balanced approach to some kind of also an ending of the working towards something, to the ending of preparations for something in terms of a partnership. So maybe if this is talking about you having having planned to move in together, and you end up, you know, doing all the paperwork and getting the U-Hauls and planning the dates, and then all that's done, and there's able to have this change here, okay? Where you would be teaming up with somebody on something. Now, in terms of for some of you, you're changing how you prepare for things, in terms of how you team up with other people, how you balance out other people. You're ending caring so much about what other people think, maybe, in terms of what you value, or your values are changing in partnership. That's something I will say. Your values are changing within partnership. You might be wanting to take things more slow, like I said before, instead of rushing into something, because you're looking for something with a little more substance to it. You're looking for something with more depth. You're looking to see what this holds, this partnership holds for the future. Is there any potential for growth here, is what you're looking for. In your 8th house of shared resources, sex, death, rock and roll, somebody in authority. This is also about maybe a bill, taxes, debt, but somebody in authority. It could be the government. I think the government falls under the 8th house. There's some sort of disagreement on something. This could also be like somebody who handles crisis situations, an authority who handles a police. Could be police as well. Do I have any knights? Yes, I do. I have the knight with the badge right here. Okay. So this could be a situation that you are displeased about how someone in authority has handled a crisis. This could also be because it is like such a karmic house. It doesn't necessarily have to be a personal life experience. It can be anything. It can be on the news. Especially, the closer we get to that 9th house, it's getting pretty close to that, like, worldscape, right? The big picture. But there's something about an authority and some kind of displeasing thing. This is also like, yeah, it could have been something to do with a prior accident, or let me see if I can get it. Okay. Yeah, this could be like small claims court. This could be about an authority abusing their power and you not being happy with that, and people talking about their displeasure with that. Because it's talking about your independence from a situation that is a shared situation, and what you value in that independence versus what someone in authority also. So it's a debate. It's a debate over some sort of resources of some kind. This could be having to do with anything in your life. Maybe it's a father figure who is displeased about you not sharing more of your resources with the family, or not sharing your, I don't know, or you're displeased with what's expected of you, in terms of this shared dynamic of some kind. But there is transformation here. There's a change in how you plan for things or how you go about doing things with these people, this person, this situation. I see him looking over at this, being like so tired of this crap. He looks like, but you end up, you win. You come out victorious. You come home with you bring the bread home. You bring that purple heart home. Whatever it is. There's something here about that. And there's happiness. Yeah, and there's that night of, yeah. So it's something about, if you're a police officer, you might have to fill out some paperwork having to do with a situation that, or something like that. There's like a filing of some sort of paperwork because of a situation that has arisen that was an emergency situation. It could have been in the past, and you're displeased with what happened, and you're voicing your opinion about something, whether that's you're displeased with the system, you're displeased with the persons involved, or somebody has committed some sort of violence or aggressive act against something, injury of some kind. This can also be about somebody who is in the psychology fields and how there's a psychological debate going on about, especially with that moon card, and the 8, there's so much psychological energy going on. Something isn't able to have a grip over your mental health anymore. You're becoming successful over something. Your perfectionism of some kind, or your any struggles you've had in terms of the mental health. You might be actually talking to a therapist and realizing that therapist is maybe not the best for you, might be changing therapists. That's another thing I'll say. Okay, so 9th house. There is a new spiritual kind of way of looking at things. There's this new opportunity to maybe travel, and maybe a friend of yours who's been recently divorced or widowed is going to go with you, or maybe if you've gone through a breakup, you would already know this is probably coming. There would be like this new beginning where you could go visit. It's also, if you know anybody in your life that is maybe a mother figure, there could be a new beginning, or the potential to go travel and see this person at a distance. So it could be your mother that's widowed, that if you lost your father, because I do have a couple cards on the deck that are about mother and father as well. Something about a family member who's been alone for a while, and there's this new beginning in terms of a trip to go see her. There's a potential here for expansion of your belief systems, and discerning what works for you and what doesn't, what resonates with you and what doesn't. But there's something that sparks you in terms of your faith in the world, that you see things in a new positive, and are attracted to some sort of new spark in your life having to do with spirituality, and faith, and the connectedness of us all, having belief in a higher power. This could be even a study of some sort of philosophy. Your career, your reputation out in the world, what you're doing out in the world, your goals. for some of you, you are involved in some sort of DJ situation, nightclub, um, music, dancing. Your job revolves around party planning. I just saw a bubble. I literally just saw a bubble. So what is a bubble? A bubble is playful. It's lighthearted. It's childlike. It's fun, right? There's something here about movement, being on your feet. You might be an Uber driver for some people. That'll be like you bring people to parties, to special events. There's a lot of driving involved in your job, and terrain. So it's like, but a lot of high energy, and then more chill as well. It's like a balance. Yeah, it's like work and play. Like you get to have a good time. But also this could be like so interesting to have the writer, which is like the visitor, somebody who visits something, somebody who visits places where people are working but also playing at the same time. There's a Jupiterian aspect to this, so there's like culture, there's cultural like flavor to it. You're getting it's a more fast paced. You have to think quickly. There's a directional. So I'm thinking Uber driver, or like somebody who runs a catering business, I want to say. Somebody who actually goes out there and like there's plates involved, there's things being put down on tables, there's to and from, there's like a planning of a party or a situation, or gathering people or bringing people to events. And then next to it, I see corroboration of that with the Three of Cups. Three of Cups and the communication card, the chattering card, and there's like a lot of communication going on with a bunch of people who are united for some sort of celebration of some kind. So, and there's another group of people at another table right next to it. So yeah, there's something here about getting people together. There's community here in some sort of way in your job, in your day-to-day, and it's fun. Like work is fun. You make it playful. You might listen to music. There's, you know, sometimes it's slower paced, sometimes it's faster paced. It just depends on the flow of things. But it seems like it's you end up loving your job. There's something about that. Your career, whatever you do, you end up loving that. You could also be seen by others as being more of the party animal. I mean, it's not the Knight of Rods, but that's underneath there. So yeah, you're just more free-spirited. And then there's this like other people seeing you, you know, and being a little judgmental maybe of that. The Rebel, Aquarius the Rebel. And then in your house, in your Aquarius house here, we've got, I don't know, these are associates from work getting together. It might be a work party as well. maybe you're communicating with some of the girls from work about your boss at some point, or you become quite chatty with your boss, or very friendly with your boss, and other people are talking about that. There could be some gossip going on at work with co-workers, colleagues. Even if you're in school and that's all you're doing, it's people gossiping about what the authority that you've been given from some sort of news. You might have gotten a promotion or received some kind of student, what is it called, where they like, there's certain special placements in school where you can obtain a certain position of some kind, some sort of internship of some kind. Internship, that's another thing. This could be an internship abroad that I'm looking at. And that's why you could be starting over alone, and you're worried about the criticism of some. You really want this for some reason. It seems like you get what you want, and other people are jealous of it, or there's communication about it. There's like a lot of talk about it. You might be the authority on some sort of of some sort of group at work or something. There's something here about you're going to be the future boss. People are talking about that in some sort of way, or you're going to boss up. They can see it in the future. There's communication about you getting a promotion, and that authority is picked you for something, or there's some sort of commitment here, promise here that is being made. Now, 12th house. So this is more your faith. This is more the unseen, what you can't quite grasp, okay? That's just what it is. It's not changeable. It's what you come into this world with. It's what what you leave to. Okay? There's a betrayal of the risk taking in terms of your values, and what you hold. You're not willing to take certain, I wouldn't say they were risks. I'd say risky behavior almost, or you're not betraying your plans. You're sticking to your strategy. You're committed to what you believe and your spiritual path. You're not going to veer off your path. Even if other people are judging you, Aquarius, even if other people don't understand all that you've been planning for, what you've been doing, you're not going to change gears for other people. You're going to stay committed to what you believe in, what you're doing, and you're going to commit to that. And that amount of determination is what's going to get you where you want to be. And I'm so happy for you. Just worry less. Just worry less, Aquarius. All right. I hope you have a really good 2025, and the rest of it anyway. And I'll talk to you soon.